In a small town in Richmond, Virginia, there's a pastor named Robert A. Winfrey of New Life Deliverance Tabernacle. Now, we don't have a perfect pastor, and we don't have a perfect church, but together we do serve a perfect God who can do anything but fail.
Fold a blanket and say good morning. The neighborhood on the freeway is bright. Cook your eggs on my engine kitchen. Come by later for story time.
Robert Alfonso Winfrey, and I am a senior. Born and raised in Richmond, Virginia, I am what I call an original South Cityan, born and raised in Southside. It's God's country. I don't believe there's another better place on earth than Southside. We lived on 1706 Decatur Street. It was 4 of us and we were poor. At 1706 Decatur Street, there was only 1 bedroom. Now, you can kind of do the math and figure out that for the 4 kids and 2 parents, and then it stands to reason that your parents actually stayed in the bedroom. And so we were sleeping on the couch, 2 at one end of the couch and 2 at the other end of the couch, or some people call it a sofa. My mom, she told me, she said, I'm giving you an ultimatum. You had 3 choices. You can get married, which I did, I'm not gonna do that. She said, you can go to the service, your armed services, or you go to college. So I said, well, I don't want to go to college. I've been to school all these 12 years. I'm going to service. I decided I want to go to service. The day we were supposed to go, one by one, everybody said, no, they weren't going there. Mom didn't want them to go. Except one guy, he said, man, everybody else dropped out. Are you going? I said, no, I don't think I'm going. And so I backed out. And my mom didn't say anything. My dad, he always tried to work a part-time job, doing something or trying to do something to make ends meet. And so I went working with him, shining shoes. And he taught me how to shine shoes. At the shoe shine parlor, I was the youngest guy working there, youngest person working there. What I didn't realize that at the shoe shine parlor, some of the guys would be in the back, and I just see them drinking the wine, and they would have their dark glasses on, and they were smoking, and that's it. It didn't bother me. Just that was what grown-ups do. And later on, I found out that it wasn't just that they were also using drugs. Some of them were. And I said, that's their business. I kept shining shoes and doing what I was doing. Met a lot of people from New York, from in Harlem, from Brooklyn. And they would, one of the guys in particular, would go back and forth to New York and come back, and we were friends and we were close. And he would bring weights of different drugs back. And I got more exposure to it. When I started working with it, they started coming to me. And I started to sell it. Started doing pretty good with the money. An informant who had taped me, all right, and they evidently had the evidence. And I said, man, they gotta be crazy. And then when I found out from some of the other guys that I was locked up with who the informant was, I said, he got me. And I said, I'm not gonna fight it. I'm guilty. And I had a lawyer, I told him, I said, I'm guilty, I did it. I didn't have any plea bargain, none of that. I'm facing 80 years. from 5 to 40, tops 40 years for each charge, 8 years. And I said, well, whatever it is, that's what it is. And when I went to court, one of the arresting officers, who was one of the chief officers, came to my lawyer and said, I want to testify for him. That doesn't happen. That's not but God. And he came to me and he tried to get me to inform him. And I said, well, I read all through the scripture. I didn't see anywhere where Jesus told on anybody, but I see what they told on him. And I said, I couldn't do it. And he came back and he said, I'm going to testify for you. And he said, testify for me. He said, yeah. He said, but listen to this, Bob. He said, the drugs are not in my community. He was a white fellow. He said, it's in your community. He said, I wish you the best. And he testified in court that I had the word on the street from all the informers that I had gotten out of the game, and the charge came after I got out of the game. But before they served it, I'd already stopped. And he wished me the best. And so I was grateful. Two things I learned from that, I think he respected me because number one, I wasn't snitching, didn't inform, and then number two, I'd say whatever this could be, this was it could be. That was on me. I did it. I had to pay for it. I went to court and ended up getting 5 years imposition of sentence. And I was just happy during that time because I knew what I could have received. And while in there, I met a lot of other folk that I knew, but my lifestyle was still the same. And what I see from that was God allowed me to get exposed to every different kind of person, doing everything and being involved in everything. And he said, because now you can reach every kind of person. The intelligent, the not so intelligent, and those who just did not have any education. And so he allowed me to be a part of a melting pot, a plethora of different persons and personalities. And if I can deal with them in prison, if I can deal with them in the universities, if I can deal with them in the schools, then he'll give me a cluster of people that I can deal with. And then he called me to preach. And those are the people that my mission is to deal with the downtrodden, the left out and left behind, with a message that if he did it for me, he can do it for them. And people who I've been in cahoots with and been in the street with, and I'm not talking about somebody that just got locked up for shoplifting. These are people who have hefty charges, people who have been arrested for 14 murder charges, people who have committed some hideous and despicable acts. But because of my experiences with them and my later experiences with Christ, they're now saying, if he can change, then maybe I can too. And so I'm grateful and thankful to God. And that's how we got New Life. Because a group of people said, we want a new life. All right. And we want to be delivered so that we can tabernacle together. And therefore we came up with the name, got a new life. We've been delivered and we can tabernacle together with God. So that's my story, and how we came and arrived to the point at which we are right now. Where I see the church going, eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, nor has it even entered into the heart what God has in store for us. And I just believe that we haven't seen anything yet.
Fold a blanket and say good morning. The neighborhood on the freeway is bright. Cook your eggs on my engine kitchen. Come by later for story time. Hey, what you doing?